When it comes to immigration in Ireland, a lot did change last year, 2025. And not only was the asylum systems all reviewed and new policies came into place, and also the family unification, all of those visa policies were all kind of impacted, but also the work permit aspect as well. So the number of work permits that were issued in Ireland last year dropped by almost a quarter. Okay, and companies like Amazon, Essential, EY, Google seeked largest number of permits. Okay, and the country or migrants that got the highest permit, the highest number of permits that were granted to migrant non-EU citizens went to the Indian community. So most of the people that were issued work permit last year in Ireland, almost a third of the total number of work permit issued went to the Indian citizens, So they were working in the IT sectors, communication, and healthcare. So Indians got a third of the total number of work permits issued in Ireland last year. So there are different reasons that the drop happened, that the number of those that got work permit in Ireland last year dropped from what it was in the previous year. One of them is the fact that the Enterprise Ireland came up or had a new system where people have to apply online, and the employer as well as the employee had to apply for work permit online. And because this was a new system, there was a bit of difficulty especially for employers to be able to to navigate this new online application, as well as the threshold that has gone up. So the amount of salary or the amount of income that employees have to earn in order to be able to qualify for work employment also went up, and that was another difficulty for employers as well. But the enterprise office had helped a lot of employers to be able to know how to navigate this new application system, this new online application system. Those were one of the things that were noted by the Irish Times that was a difficulty, and that actually impacted the number of work permit that were issued last year. So let's look at the figure from the previous year, 2024, and what was issued last year in Ireland. And bear in mind that most of the permit went, a third of that, the total number of that went to the Indian citizens who were in mostly IT sectors, communication, and healthcare as well. So the number of work permits granted to non-European economic area residents fell by almost a quarter last year, with the health, technology, and agriculture sector all seeing a sharp drop. So most of these sectors, the healthcare sector, the technology, agricultural sector, all of them saw a drop in the amount of work permits that were issued to non-EU nationals that were living in Ireland last year. The total number of permits issued over the course of 2025 was 31,044, compared to the 39,390 that was issued in 2024. So the year before, the 2024, which is the previous year before last year, the number of work permits that were issued to people who are not EU citizens who are living in Ireland was 39,390. But last year, that number dropped, and only 31,044 people were issued work permit, and have said it before that the Indian citizens got the highest work permit issued out to them. So those granted work to work in the healthcare sector fell by more than a third, from 12,501 to 7,948. So in the healthcare sector, previous year they issued 12,501 employment permit. But last year, 2025, that actually dropped to just 7,948. And while the number in the information and communication technology almost halved. So the previous year, it was. The previous year, it was 6,788 employment permits that were issued, and now that went down in 2025 to just 3,630. So all of these are the changes that happened last year. The agricultural sector issued permit dropped from 2,990 to just 1,915. Those were the people who were giving work permit in the agricultural sector. Like I said before, some of the reasons that have been noted here are because of the new online application system. I believe as well because of the threshold, the wages threshold, and in the healthcare sector as well. Something interesting is also happening there, where the reason that the reason for the drop in the healthcare sector may have been partly attributed to the 50-50 rule, which require employers to have at least as many as EE workers as non-EEA ones. So the European, if the requirement is that an employer, before an employer can apply for work permit for a non-EU citizen, they have to also have 50% of their staff have to be EU EU workers as well. Okay, so for an employer, you already have to have, if you're going to employ two non-EU workers, you must also have previously two EU workers. So the requirement is that you have to have EU citizens working in your sector or in your company. Then you also be able to employ those that are not EU citizens. And it's 50-50 that was the requirement. And this has been said to be one of the reasons that the drop in the healthcare sector was happening, because they were finding it difficult to find to have those kind of to meet that requirement. And it is also said that is going to be reviewed, and so hopefully that will be good news for the healthcare sector, that they be able to have that law will be reviewed, and maybe there will be room for more non-EU citizens to be employed in that aspect, especially for nursing homes and other healthcare sectors as well. So this is for information purpose. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. Come back here for more information like this. Share and like, and see you soon.